It's 2024. You and your wrists are another year older. So you want the top 5 best wrist wraps for every budget and lifting style. The No Fade channel, checking in. Jonathan here with the top 5 best wrist wraps of 2024. And don't worry, wrist wraps are not cheating. They are an effective way to provide wrist support and remove the weakest link from your heaviest lifts like bench press and squat. Like most things in life though, less is more, and you certainly don't want to be using them on every set. Top selling Amazon wrist wraps of 2024 are the Grim Reapers. That's right. People get pulled in with that marketing and that price point, and they can't wait to hit the buy it now button.
I want the truth!
Now, the best thing that the Grim Reaper wrist wraps do is search engine optimization. What does that mean? That means every time you type in the interwebs for best wrist wraps, you're going to get an ad or a sponsored link from the Grim Reaper store. And frankly, that's all they do well. They don't actually spend money on their wrist wraps, so they've got tons of money to devote towards the marketing. And when you get them in, even at that extremely low price point, you're going to find that they don't offer much wrist support at all. The fabric is going to be extremely cheap, as well as the Velcro, which unfortunately won't last very long either. But I don't want you to worry about the Grim Reaper wrist wraps not lasting very long at that price point. Well before they go bad, you're gonna hate them so much, you're gonna just toss them in the trash and upgrade to a better pair. Pioneer has just overhauled their top-tier American-made wrist straps to be even better.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Now, for the longest time, Pioneer, who's been known very well in the powerlifting industry, had some fantastic wrist wraps, and I will tell you, people love them. The only real problem with them is that they had a whole bunch of different names, and people didn't actually know the differences in the styles that they were buying. Well, as of this year, they went full over the top and completely overhauled not only the wrist wraps, but the amount of customization you can have in order to personalize them to your specific wants and needs. You can now pick your support level. They differentiate them between light, medium, and heavy, so it's easy to know which one you're getting. You can also determine the specific length of the wrap, anywhere from as little as 12 inches and all the way up to like 24 inches. Keep in mind, the longer it is, the more support you're going to have as you wrap it around your wrists. However, the longer it is, the longer it's going to take to wrap and unwrap every time you use them. If strength and length weren't enough customizable options, you can now pick out your own thumb loop. You can get no thumb loop, you can get the traditional that you see here, you can get this style, they got a whole bunch. To get their customization level over 9,000. They even let you customize this little section. You can get it blank, you can get a leather patch instead of this, you can get your own initials put in there, you can get your own wording, you can even get your own physical design. Whatever you want, they can place it there. For those of you looking for the Goldilocks zone when it comes to wrist wraps, look no further. I introduce to you the Pioneer Medium. These deliver some fantastic wrist support. Now, it says medium in terms of wrist support, but I guarantee you, compared to the competition, these are extreme. It's very heavy-duty wrist support, which I think many of you are going to appreciate. These also very closely mimic their beloved Phantom wrist wraps that they used to put out, but they improved them, and I got them each on my wrist. So what is the major improvement? Well, as far as the closure goes, these are going to sit a lot more flat where the Velcro is, and it's very unlikely that if you brush these against the side of your body that the Velcro is going to come off or loosen up, whereas these have a different type of opening, and as you can see, if you brush them against your body, they will kind of come up or off the wrist. These Pioneer mediums are gonna absolutely deliver. You get a beautiful amount of wrist support. They fit and feel comfortable. The material isn't really like rough or difficult on your wrists. And frankly, you don't have to crank them down to get them snug. They go on and they feel good, and then they come off rather easily. I need to thank all of you for using my affiliate links. When you use those links, you help support the channel. And when you use those links, let me know so that I can send you a small token of my appreciation. For those of you with extremely weak wrists, or you're just lifting extremely heavy amounts of weight, you're going to want to go with the Pioneer Heavy, which are these. I actually got a leather patch here instead of the typical logo plate just to see how it would stand out. And I will tell you that these are going to be thicker than the medium. You look at the material and at first glance it looks very similar, but when you put them side by side, you notice that there is a significant amount of thickness added on, and you're going to have to work a little bit harder to get these things around your wrists. But they absolutely deliver the extra support that some of you are looking for. Now, I never recommend light wrist wraps because frankly, the support is minimal, and like everything that has an elastic, over time, over the long haul, that elasticity, that strength level is only going to weaken. So when you start with a light wrap, you're going to find that in a year or even 2 years, that light wrap is almost like an Ace Bandit. Now, all of the Pioneer wrist wraps are going to cost you more money than that Amazon junk, but these things are American made. It's a small business that delivers top shelf premier products, and that high level of customization is something that a lot of people are really missing when they pick out their equipment. They're trying to fit the equipment, whereas with this, you can pick it to absolutely fit your needs and tastes. Forget about it. On top of that, this thing is going to last you 3+ years before the premium Velcro goes out, and that's with heavy use. So for something you're going to be using for such a long time, it's probably worth spending the extra money to get something that you really enjoy using rather than get something that ends up in the trash in a few months. It's 2024, prices are high, your paycheck is low, and you want the best budget wrist wraps under $20. Well, I've got you, fam. The Bear Grips Extra Strength Wrist Wraps. These things come in at or under $20 on Amazon. I'll link them in the description. You get 2 different lengths to choose from and 6 different color options. I will tell you the only downside to the Bear Grips products that they sell is that they are made overseas. But as far as budget wrist wraps go, you get a ton of support, and these things do last. Plus, the company's been around for like almost a decade, so they do have some solid customer service if for some reason these things go on you shortly after you get them. But I have found these to last a year to 2 years depending on your use level. For those of you that just like to clang and bang, you want your lifting straps and you want wrist support, but you don't want to have to go back and forth to your gym bag in order to swap them out, I've got the Chic lifting straps. Chic has been in business over 20 years and is another fantastic American-made company out in Wisconsin. Their powerlifting straps are phenomenal. They offer obviously great extra grip strength when you are lifting heavy. Wrap these things around a bar or a handle and you are gonna be locked in. But because of the foam padding around the wrist that they utilize, you get some nice moderate wrist support. So you get the best of both worlds. And when you just want the wrist support, you can easily tuck in that extra lifting strap so that it's out of sight, out of mind. And now it's time. It is time for my final thoughts when it comes to wrist wraps. And I would caution you not to be fooled and pulled in by marketing and the price point. We've all kind of done that. We go online and we really see something that seems too good to be true. We snap it up thinking we're getting a deal, and we just get something that absolutely stinks. When it comes to wrist wraps, figure out what you are looking for and get a good quality wrist wrap. A good quality wrist wrap is going to last you 2 to 3 years. Keep in mind, you want to pay a bit extra more money only because it's something you're going to be using 2 to 3 times a week for the next 2 to 3 years. You might as well get something that you enjoy rather than something that you regret.
You just got to keep living, man.
If you made it this far in the video,
did we just become best friends? Yup!
Now, the best way to support the channel and help promote the channel is to simply click the links in the description. But if you're looking to support the channel and help me for free, simply watch the YouTube suggested videos. Those bad boys are 10 out of 10s. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.